We've all been there. You're sketching and it does not look right. So you vigorously erase all of your pencil marks and you start again. But it still doesn't look right. So you erase all your pencil marks and start again. But it still doesn't look right. So you start again. We've all kind of been in that rut where we can't get something to look quite right, and we spend a lot of time erasing and redrawing and erasing and redrawing. So today I'm going to give you 3 tips in order to help with drawing a little slower than you want to. Because the faster you can get in a gesture drawing and the faster you can get in the overall form, the sooner you can get to the fun part of drawing and adding some of those nice details. Hi, hello, I'm Jamie Unkempt Snugglepepper. I'm a neurodivergent artist and instructor, and I want to make a video talking about how to get faster at sketching. So this question came from a post in the Artist Lounge subreddit where someone said, I'm really slow at sketching. I spend a lot of time drawing and redrawing, and I really never get to the polishing stage of the drawing. There's a few things that could be going on, so I'm going to give some general overall advice. Number 1 is to use a website like Quick Poses, which is going to give you challenges and timed drawing sessions. They're going to show a variety of images, and that time can range from 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds, and on up. By using a timer like this, you are focused on the overall gesture so that when you go into a longer project, you're going to see that overall shape first, rather than going in for those tiny little details. Tip number 2 is going to be to use a ballpoint pen and do some sketches that way. So my favorite pen happens to be this Planet Fitness ballpoint pen. You can find similar pens at offices that are blue or brown. You can pick them up at the store for fairly cheap. This one happens to be my favorite because the ink is purple. So there's a benefit to using the ballpoint pen. Number 1 is going to be that you cannot erase. You can't get lost in the act of erasing over and over again. Therefore, you're going to have to be more mindful of where you place things. By using the ballpoint pen, you're going to focus on the measurements, the relationship between various features, and you're going to be thinking about where you put your lines and double checking, is the nose at the right angle? Does the eye really line up with the ear, or are we seeing it from a different view? The other benefit, in my opinion, about using a ballpoint pen is you have great practice with how much pressure and how different of a mark you can make with the pen. So by using a light bit of pressure, you're going to be able to get a lighter, barely noticeable stroke, and then with a harsher pressure, you can get darker values. A bonus tip, 2.5, is going to be that by using a pen, you can put a scribble on the page. That takes away the idea that this is a pure white page. This is a perfect page, and this piece must be perfect. It can be really intimidating to look at a white piece of paper with nothing on it, the same way that it can be intimidating to look at a white canvas. By placing a mark on the page, we remove that idea of perfection, that idea that we have to make this the best piece we've ever made. And therefore, we give ourselves permission to mess up. That takes away a lot of the anxiety associated with art. Oftentimes, we can get in a loop of telling ourselves, this doesn't look good, I don't like this, we're not doing well, which can make us more anxious. And then as we're drawing, because of that anxiety, we're doing worse and worse, which we then tell ourselves, this is not going well, I don't like this, I'm not doing good. And then our art continues to suffer. So being able to give our brain something to think about, or changing the way we view how we create art, often helps remove that extra anxiety. Now, number 3 is that if we are drawing from imagination, if we are drawing something from memory, then oftentimes what we are missing is reference. So tip number 3 is to use a reference. I find that if I'm having to erase something and draw it and erase something and redraw it, that chances are I do not have in my visual library, do not have a clear enough image of that item or that feature in that pose. So often I use myself. I am a free model. I will pose in front of a mirror. I will take pictures. There are several pictures on my phone of me just posing or posing my hand in order to draw it better. Of course, you can also use Pinterest. Clip Studio Paint has several mannequins that can be used. Now, I feel like there is a caveat to these tips. Being able to draw faster doesn't always mean being able to draw more accurately. As you are studying, as you are looking at references, it is important at the beginning of a sketch to really look at the relationship between the features, to put in the tick marks, the measurement lines, to see the relationship between either features or body parts to one another. What angle is something at? So we went over 3 tips in being able to draw faster. One is to use a tool like Quick Poses to practice looking at an image and getting a gesture drawing quickly. Tip number 2 was to use a ballpoint pen that removes the ability to erase, and we can remove some of the whiteness of our paper or canvas to give ourselves permission to mess up. And number 3 is my favorite tip for everything, and that is to use a reference. So if you are an artist and you found that you were struggling with how long it takes you to sketch something, what are some things that helped you in being able to sketch maybe more quickly or more accurately? Leave your comments down below. Now, if you found this enjoyable, make sure to let me know. Leave a comment, a like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Drawing the overall shape of the figure, you are also drawing... Shit, I forgot mid-sentence.